Welcome, guys, to the Complete Course for Studying in Germany webinar. I'm really excited to have you all here. I think this time a lot of people are looking forward to the webinar, and we are having a nice presence already. Around 156 people are waiting. So let's get started with this. The most important thing that I would like you to remember is that when you're going through the webinar, just make sure that all of the distractions that you have are already away, that there's nothing which comes in the middle and then you have to leave everything and just go somewhere else, because the super important thing here is that at least you make a decision if you really want to start your process for studying in Germany, or you just want to procrastinate further. So I'm also going to discuss any of these stories with Corona and everything, and any kind of other doubts you might have about the course, outside the course. So we will be kind of short towards the end what the entire story looks like. Now, this is mainly to do because I know in India situation is getting worse and worse and worse, and for that I also have a really big announcement towards the end of the live session. In Germany, things have stabilized. In Europe, things are not as bad anymore. Now, in Denmark, it's also completely fine. In Germany, it's completely fine. We don't have to worry so much about these things. All right then. So with that, we have the students coming in. So guys, before we jump into the webinar, let me know where are you guys coming from, where are you guys joining in from. Once you've done that, then we are going to start the webinar afterwards. All right. Okay, so 284 viewers, that looks good. Now write to me where you're from, and meanwhile, if you have any other tabs opened whatsoever, already close those tabs, close the applications that you're using otherwise, and let's focus on this today. Okay, so Chaitanya is joining in from Hyderabad. Okay, and more from Hyderabad, Chandigarh. Okay, this is looking good. Nah? Bangalore, nice. Kerala, Rajasthan, Vadodara, Ahmedabad, India, Chennai. So India, yeah, but I'm talking about the cities. Rajkot, Pune, Mumbai. All right, so we are all over the India. Looks good. So let's jump into it. So I'm going to start the entire webinar by telling you a bit about myself, what my story is, because again, not everybody knows. The people who have been following the channel for a long time, they understand that, but who don't, for them that is going to be a short little description about how the entire story developed, because I think before you listen to somebody, it's really important to understand what kind of background they're coming from and what kind of experiences they have gained along the way. So this is my way to be completely transparent with you and to show you how exactly things worked out here. So let me put up the pointer. So I will put the story right from 1995 to 2016 in the first one, and then till 2020. So I was born on 1st January 1995, and then afterwards my father was a DART fellow. So he worked with DART previously, and for that I was able to do my preschooling in Germany from 97 to 99 in the city of Freiburg, which is in Baden-Württemberg. Then I came back. I think I came back in first or second class directly, and then the entire schooling happened, and then this IIT drama. And I think most of us we know how stressful this entire IIT story could be, right? I mean, this is the kind of place which nobody signed up for, but just because you're doing engineering, you essentially have to go through that pain. And I absolutely didn't like it, because it was just so much about competition. Sitting in a class with, I used to go for coaching in Vidya Mandir classes. It was in New Delhi, and boy, the class sizes were massive. You have 300 400 students in one single place sometimes, and I absolutely didn't like that. Well, nothing worked out with IIT. So I started my engineering in this state government university, which was called Deenbandhu Choturam University of Science and Technology. I still have fun with that name. And then afterwards, in my second year, towards the end of my second year, I went to a conference to Germany, to Friedrichshafen, and there I met Adina. So towards the end of the third year, then I thought about like doing an internship, because that was again a compulsory part of the entire bachelor's. So I went ahead and I did my internship at Schleich Bergermann Partner in Berlin. So then the BTech ended in 2016, all good, a lot of experience gained in India and in Germany, but it was like finally time for me to like start my studies in Germany. The main reason for that was because like I was doing my bachelor's too. It just didn't feel like I learned anything. That was something which really disturbed me. I was like, all right, I'm studying civil engineering, and there should be something other than these theory of structures or just like questions and answers that they ask us to write. You know, we had some tests, some basic ones, but we like never did it on our own. We never built a beam. We never were on a construction site. We never worked with companies, which sucked. And I was like, I don't want to have this experience again. And towards the end, because I think everybody thinks about what kind of job I would get once my bachelor's is done. In our university in civil engineering, I think like this is a very infamous fact that the starting salaries are very very low, but this is again like same for mechanical and for many other like engineering fields. In mechanical, well, not so bad, but in civil we had 15,000 rupees which were offered to us in the very starting of our entire as freshers. We were offered 15,000 rupees per month, which I found absolutely ridiculous. So of course I was like, I'm not doing it. I actually wanted to do my bachelor's in Germany too, but the family didn't agree. So then came the part of, after 2016. I was finally able to move to Germany to do my master's in structural engineering, which was a German taught program. Then afterwards, I started YouTube in 2017 because I realized this is something which not many other people are doing. Nah? This is the German taught program, first of all, and then studying in a public university in Germany. These were like all very like different things, and I thought like it's important to document all of this experience. I started that. It turned out to be a very nice project. And then, just things grew up afterwards. When things grew afterwards, I had my first India meetup. I was like, all right, I had like 20 people signing up in the registration form. And out of the 20 people who signed up, I think like nobody showed up. And nobody showed up. So like that was like really sad, because I was like preparing samosas and like cold drinks and everything, because that was my first time like kind of meeting the people who are watching the videos. I didn't even like have any idea of YouTube that much at that time. I was like, all right, bunch of friends, we'll hang out, have fun. Nothing worked out. Then afterwards, I came back to Germany. I changed my course. And I changed my course because I realized like I loved actually being in marketing and doing all of these things a lot more than just like figuring out what kind of like beam to put inside and where to like just sit down on the computer and just break your head with the building codes. Made sense. So I changed my course from pure structural engineering to international management and engineering. So there was still an engineering part inside, but the part which was there was about logistics. So it was like again not very similar to civil engineering, but I really loved it because it was again giving me new experiences. And think about this, like you would never be able to do something like this in an Indian university. Changing courses so quickly and within the middle of the studies, it's not possible. But in Germany, let's say you are coming for one particular type of program, you don't like it, you have time till the third semester to change that program. And this happens rarely anywhere else. Now, within the same university, it's really easy to change the courses, and then you can keep continuing your masters. And if there's some kind of subjects which are similar from your previous studies, you can get those ECTS counted in the new one. Really important. And I personally really liked it because it just gives you so much more flexibility and time to like figure out if this kind of study is right for you. Because think about it, once you set yourself in one study type, it is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. So you have to be careful there. So of course I took a step back, did the international management and engineering. Second India meetup happened. More than 1,200 people showed up. Then I started Big Academy. And I started Big Academy because I realized like just the YouTube videos were not enough. It is a lot more important to also like, have the personal touch of guidance to the students. And that's where we talk about the complete course for studying in Germany today. Now, so all of these different kind of sections it has, different kind of lessons, what kind of information is covered, and then any kind of questions that you have about enrolling in the course before the major announcement happens. Now, and then also there are a lot of other students who have already had really nice experience with the course and now are already studying in Germany, which is something I really like, pride myself upon. Harshit, for example, like he's now studying in TUHH and he said like, I'm going to go outside and make a nice video about it. Same with Vishnu. Vishnu was also like, just like roaming around and made a video like that. But most of these students that you see here, like they've already gone through the process. Reshma is also at Vismar. So like these are all like, students who were like really motivated, really excited to be in the course, went through it like properly, were always seeking out guidance. And this just turned this course into this thing that like almost like everybody who wants to come to Germany knows about. So of course like I'm super proud about it. Then after Big Academy, I also hosted another meetup where like we had around like 9,000 registrations and 4,000 people showed up. And after that, towards the end of towards the starting of 2020, I finished my master thesis, in the sense like not my master thesis, I finished my master's entire degree, in the sense that I had my final degree. My last this master defense happened on 3rd December in 2019. But it takes time even for Germany to like kind of just get things started. And this was the end goal. It's three parts in the same screen, I understand that, but this was really the end goal. Like this is the thing I was waiting for. All throughout my bachelor's and master's, I was like, I just don't know if this is ever going to happen. And I was like kind of nervous about it at times too, because there are just like so many things which go inside, like even like the exams in Germany are not easy. Like you get, for one point you have 1 minute, and generally like you have like short answers for 3 marks. That means like you have 3 minutes to write them. For proper bigger numericals you have just like 10 marks, this 10 minutes or something. So those kind of things had to be figured out very nicely, and I'm like of course like really proud that I was able to do that. So all of this went all of this journey, all of this like grinding and everything like resulted to this. And yeah, I couldn't be happier or more proud after getting this. And this is the same goal that I wish for a lot of you, because like I think it is really important to understand that the work culture in India, the kind of salaries you earn, and the kind of life that you're going to live in India is going to be like drastically different than what you're going to live in Europe or in Germany especially. Now, why do I always say Germany all the time is mainly because it has been the largest economy in Europe since 2008. Now, you have these smaller countries like Czech Republic, Poland. Poland is like the salaries there are like half, not even half, 1/4 of the salaries that you have in Germany. A mechanical engineer guy in Germany after masters can earn up to like 4,000 euros. In Poland, that's 1,100 euros. So which is insane. France has higher unemployment rate. That's why like the acceptance for foreigners is getting less and less. Spain is the same story. Italy and Greece, not so nice anymore. Switzerland is great if somebody's like planning on Switzerland, Scandinavian countries, or let's say even like Austria is all right. But like other than these few countries in Europe, like you cannot call the entire Europe to be like super developed and everybody's having like nice job opportunities or something like that. And that's why Germany comes in the middle. Like this is the hub of Europe, which has like so many opportunities, and anybody who's like looking forward to doing a job or studying somewhere, they can do it in Germany. And then afterwards that degree is still going to be relevant everywhere else. And if you want to like think about it, like is it really worth it? Like there are so many other students doing, like we have the 11th episode coming up afterwards. So guys, I see a lot of questions right now. Don't worry about it, we will have time for it. Towards the end of the webinar, we go through the questions that you have also about the course, because essentially this webinar, like we're going to like discuss what kind of questions you have about the course. So in case you haven't checked it out, like in the webinar towards the end, you will have some time to go through the course quickly. I will also take you through it, and then you can ask your questions about it. So now another important thing that many people ask is like, because of this corona thing, how is Germany going to recover? And I think a very important idea about the future can be taken from the past. So like what kind of things, what kind of trends the countries have seen. Now, if you look at the 2008 financial crisis, now you had Germany still picking up the fastest. So these are the ratings in like what kind of speed like different kind of countries picked up. One being the starting in 2007, and you had the fastest was Germany, then was Japan, then was US, and then was UK, then France, and then Spain, and then Italy. So these two countries I wouldn't even consider, like they're still struggling with everything that happened there. These are not strong economies. Like in case like things go down, like you want a country which is able to like take care of you, and which is able to just like keep everything together in one place. So that's why I always say, like, don't just like listen to everybody who is just saying, yeah, there are no jobs available in Germany, what is going to happen after the corona time. We already talked about it. I already showed you how like Germany is going to be again one of the countries who will recover the fastest, because they've only been optimizing. Now they have been trying to like bring up like more labor force. They're trying to bring in more immigrants so that like they can just like work for the demand that the country has, and it is only going to like get better again. That's what I say, like within a year, within 6 months, things are going to absolutely fine, just like everybody else was previously thinking. Anybody who scares you about jobs, think about this one thing. So Surya, I'm going to take up your question. So Surya is asking, why are the salaries in Germany low compared to US? So Surya, like I tell you from experience, like after a point, like money doesn't matter that much, and Germans have realized that like a lot sooner. In US, you don't have any kind of security. Like you're earning more, but no money comes without any kind of stress. If you're earning more, they will pretty much make sure that you're not working 40 hours a week, you're working at least anywhere from 60 to 70 hours a week. And they wouldn't even have to tell you, you will have to do it on your own, because if you wouldn't do it, you don't meet the goals, you're fired. And the firing happens very quickly. The hiring and firing culture that US has, it's like unprecedented. Germany doesn't know that. In Germany, like to quit somebody, you have a 3 month notice period. You have to like go through it. You have to tell them, first of all, not 3 months, but like you also have like 3 warnings before that you have to give. And these are supposed to be written warnings to the employee. So the kind of stability that you get here and the kind of freedom to do your own things are insane. So like, of course, like you see that in the salaries too. And then of course you have like higher taxes, but you don't have any kind of gun crimes. If you see the murder rates all over the countries, like US is insane. Like just check out the statistics after that. And this is the reason like I personally see Germany a lot better in terms of like raising a family, or like even if you are somebody who likes some kind of peace and is like kind of like, yeah, a bit stressed out about the life in India, I think this is going to be a great place. US, Alina, my wife, she has studied there, and she has told me like the kind of culture like they've seen there, like it's not the same in Germany. The safety and everything was like massively different. So about the people who are like still asking for jobs, because they're like, yeah, we don't know if the jobs are still there because of the corona time, just go to any kind of German job platforms, and you're going to see like just for example in the last like few hours, like there are going to be like some jobs. Let's say Maschinenbau. So Maschinenbau is mechanical engineering. We're going to do jobs finden. And the one thing that I always like find super interesting is what kind of jobs did you find, what kind of jobs got listed in the last 24 hours, because that shows you the demand, that shows you how like quickly like people are being demanded still, even in the corona time. Now, just before 7 hours, before 19 hours, before 17 hours. Now you have to think about it. Don't just listen to everybody who's just saying, yeah, like, there are no jobs anymore, blah, blah, nonsense. It will get difficult. I'm well aware of it. And that's what I also like always tell my students, that you have to focus on learning German, because it will not be difficult for the people who still know German. The companies, the smaller scale companies or the middle sized companies, they always love to have somebody who is able to bring some kind of additional value to the company. And your additional value to them is going to be that you have the experience of working or even like studying in India. And you have the experience of knowing good English language and some other, let's say mother tongue. These things are extremely important for them, because if they have any kind of like foreign interactions, then they can place you inside, but you have to do your part of learning German there. So finding jobs right away, I never think is a good idea, mainly because if you don't have any kind of work experience, it becomes just very difficult for you to like find anything afterwards. So don't worry about the jobs. They're still there, they're still coming. That's not the issue. Like, always go to the facts, always check the websites. You will find the places, how people are doing there. Then if you still want to find jobs, there are two ways. Like, you have the employment visa and you have the job seeker visa. If you have like the employment visa, that is generally something that you get if you have found the job already from India or from any kind of other country you're coming from. Job seeker visa is like a bit more for the traditional fields. Here you get a visa for 6 months, and you have to show 853 euros per month as security that you're able to survive yourself in Germany. Now, both of these things are important. Like, employment visa is still fine because you're already at your home and you're finding a job, but I really wouldn't suggest anybody to come for a job seeker visa at the moment, mainly because companies are still evaluating what kind of people they want to hire, and they always want to hire the people whom they know something about. That means international students who are studying in Germany, they know one thing, that these people have been trained by the German universities, and they can rely on the information and the guidance which has been provided by the German universities. That's why, if you will see in the marketplace, still, like, I was talking to a few business owners in my network, and they were like, yeah, we are like still preferring the students who have studied their masters in Germany, their bachelors in Germany, because we just know like what kind of curriculum they go through now and what kind of things we can expect from them. There's a lot of like self work that you have to do in the German universities, and this is the reason I think it is super important to understand that every single time you're thinking about entering the workforce of a country, studying there and then afterwards starting your job is the best way to do it. So we did about finding jobs. Now, anybody who is thinking about coming for bachelors, like, bachelors is actually still like a bit more difficult than masters. That's why like masters is the ideal time to come for. There's the issue because like you have the one extra year that you have to study to do a bachelor's in Germany. Now, either you can go to Studienkolleg, which is a preparatory institute where you have to learn previously German anywhere from B1 to B2. You have to write an entrance examination, then there will be studies for 1 year to kind of bring you to the same German level, and then you have to write the FSP exam. Then 50% of the grades in your 12th grade and 50% of the grades in your FSP, they're going to get combined, and you will get a final score on the basis of which you can apply to the universities. So generally, like, you come with a temporary student visa, but of course then you can elongate it up to 2 years. A nice website for that is studentkollegs.de, where you can get started. If you have cleared JEE mains, then things get a lot easier. You can directly apply to universities and UniAssist. After diploma is an issue, because if you have just done diploma and you have not done any kind of bachelor's, you can definitely not apply for masters anyways, but you can also not apply for bachelor's. So this is the reason you have to like then start applying to individual universities and see if something comes out of it. Now, more details are there in the section 2. I'm going to like quickly show you. So in the bachelor's in Germany section, you have the video lessons, which are finding the right bachelor's course for you, all different ways to do bachelor's in Germany, will you get admission in German university, so profile description, then application process for Studienkolleg, should you learn German in India or in Germany, Aufnahmeprüfung, Syllabus and examples, Feststellungsprüfung, Syllabus and examples, then going to Germany with conditional admit. So a lot of very detailed video lessons and very to the point, like that's why these are not like hour-long videos. These are like, let's say, 6-minute videos, some which are important, let's say here 20-minute videos, but things which like just directly put you to the right path so that you don't have to waste a lot of time, because it's all about time. You don't want to waste a lot of time just like searching about a lot of different things, and then all right, you search, but maybe you like trusted the advice of somebody who had no idea what he was speaking. And after 3 years in YouTube space, I can tell you like there are so many people on YouTube who just have no idea or like intention of helping others out, but they are just like giving their nonsense advices because they feel like they want to feel like an expert in that place, which is wrong, because then the students or like the audience which is watching them actually are losing their time. That's why it's super important, like if you're like even going with your own, like just like make sure that you're doing that, but like there's always a high possibility of you wasting a lot of time, not just by trusting wrong information, but what if like you went ahead with that, you went to apply and like you're waiting for 6 months and now like you're only getting rejections. What can you do then? So that's why like it's not that ideal. Like I think a lot of people like also ask like why do you tell us like to enroll in your course when you have done the application process on your own? I'll tell you one thing, and an important one. So when I applied for a German university, I applied only for one university and I got rejected from that. That was my journey, and I want to like avoid anybody else who goes through that kind of like stressful path, because at that time there used to be a possibility of like writing a reconsideration letter. Now the universities are getting more and more strict about it. They don't want to offer that option anymore. That's why it's really important that you don't hit and try. Like if your time is important, like I had no guidance back then. There was nobody on YouTube telling us these kind of things. There was nobody who was writing us emails. There was nobody like that. Now you have that. Now you have the option of just seeking guidance from somebody and just like skipping out all of the parts of your journey, which kind of brings you trouble. Now, so I applied to TUHH, I got rejected, then I applied for a reconsideration. I had to wait almost like 1.5 months to get an answer from them. Then I could start my studies, then I had to change my course, and then I could tell you this story. Like it's not just like I didn't do anything, I didn't experience all of these like not so ideal things. I did all of that, and only now I can tell you like don't go through it. Like I've gained so much experience going through these things that I can help you further with that. Now, so if you want to do masters in Germany, I think again guys, this is the important part, listen up. Now if you want to do masters in Germany, the first thing you can do is like you can always come for the German taught masters program. There's no percentage bar. That means even if you're coming with 50%, it's fine. You can come with 50% in German taught programs. It is not an issue at all. You don't need any IELTS. You don't have any kind of like drama with a lot of competition or anything. German taught masters program generally have a lot less competition. They have more secure job opportunities, and you don't have any kind of restrictions on the basis of courses too. You have a lot more courses in German than you would have in English. Now for English taught programs, I think it makes sense for people like who have like at least like 60-65%, if they want to maybe go start their masters right now and then start learning German along the side. Because think about it, I think a lot of people get this wrong. People think, I don't know German, I don't know, what can I do? You start your application process, and then when you have received your admit, even from that day onwards till the time you fly to Germany, you have at least 3 months, and in those 3 months you can reach a level of B1 very easily, right? So this is just like nonsense excuses that I hear all the time, that yeah, like I don't want to learn German, like I know, like I have to learn German, blah blah. First of all, you have to learn German, because if you want to get into any kind of like better place in Germany, that is just a necessity. Now, so if you, for example, with the English short programs, you need at least a 6.5. Generally, you don't need German, but like universities are also changing that. They are saying like, we want some kind of like German proficiency here too. So that is coming up anywhere from B1 to B2 sometimes. But again, like this is the part which, you get help from the course, like what kind of universities, how to check the requirements and everything. More international environment, you get students from a lot of different kind of countries, whereas in German taught programs, you just like mostly get Germans. Like nobody else takes the pain of learning German and then studying a master's program in that. You have good job opportunities. You have requirements listed on the university's websites, and then you have minimum of 60% percentage that we advise. And this is on the basis of 430 plus students whose data we have gathered. And we have seen like what kind of like lowest profiles we have seen like, receive admits. And that's how like we can advise you this number. Of course, the better your bachelor score is, the better your chances are to get admission in a German university, in an English taught program. Now for that too, you have a complete detailed section in the complete course for studying in Germany. You have self-profile evaluation. That means you get access to the 430 plus students data, which is anonymous, of course, so because of the data privacy laws, but you get all of the details, what was their bachelor score, what kind of IELTS score they had, what kind of work experience they had, and what kind of universities they got admission from, and what kind of universities they got a rejection from. So this was very, very important for us to give the students who enroll in our course this kind of added value, which they will not find anywhere else. Now, which course is right for you, English or German taught, then masters with 3 years, masters with 4 years, masters with diploma plus bachelor's, gathering information about courses, how to fill out ECTS or curriculum form analysis, studying in Germany without IELTS, should you write GATE or GRE, shortlisting and organizing universities. This is a very detailed and important video. You see, like it's 18 minutes. And the previous one, gathering information about courses, is 17 minutes. Just because like I know how important it is. If you mess these two things up, you're screwed. And it's not just about like going to DAAD and like just seeing like what kind of requirements they have, because that's the easy thing. Like that is something that everybody can do, right? But like that also like doesn't like take you anywhere different. So this is the platform. If anybody thinks like, yeah, I'm going to do it on my own, yeah, like you can do it. But then like when you come across all of these issues, then it is not very ideal. Then you have like nobody to ask your questions about. So that's like very simple. Mechanical engineering, put some kind of other titles inside, and then you can just click on something and you can read the requirements and everything here. This is how 95% of the people do. But this is not the right way of doing it. There's a lot better ways, like which I explained in the course. There are 2 extra platforms that I talk about in the course, which you will not find anywhere else that students talk about. Now, then you have the SOP writing, you have the review of the SOPs, you have LOR writing, then you have the self-review of LORs, then you have CV preparations, applying to courses, pre-arrival scholarships, detailed guide to finding accommodations in Germany, and the notarizations part, like what kind of documents have to be notarized and what kind of documents don't. Nah? So not just that, then afterwards you also have like trainings and workshop. Now 60-minute workshop for SOP, 34-minute for LOR, 43 minutes for CV, and 40 minutes again for university shortlisting training in case of multiple admits. So of course, now like I said, there's going to be a big announcement towards the end about the course, about the new price, which will be temporarily adjusted for the corona. So stick out till the end so that you get the special price and the discount that we are talking about. So another important thing, so read these 2 screenshots very carefully, very, very carefully. So the first one, Pratik Sharma, these were both like comments which were written in the BIG Facebook group. So he said, like, the first one said like he had completed his BTech in 6 years. He has 10 backlogs, and he still, he got a decent job after that. So like that's all fine. He was still able to find TU Darmstadt. So like, and a lot more like other German universities. TU Darmstadt is not a bad university at all. It's like one of the best like technical universities in Germany, and the main reason German universities still allow it is because they know the importance of having extra experience. Now, it doesn't matter if you have backlogs. It doesn't matter if you have done your BTech in not like 4 years, but like 6 years. You can still get an admit. Then afterwards, Ashish, his bachelor's CGPA was 7.1, IELTS was 6.0, German was A2, and he was still able to receive an admit from Furtwangen Smart System Engineering. Now, these are like real students who had real experiences of, getting admit in a German university with not the profile of 8.8, 8.5 or something like that. But again, a lot of preparation goes inside getting an admit like that easily. Not even that easily, like you generally go through a lot of rejections, but like you still come somewhere, right? So that's what I tell you about. Like, think about this. And remember that like if you need guidance or whatsoever, like you can come to the course, you can enroll in it, and you can start your process. There are a lot of other students who have gone through the same thing. And you want to read even more interesting stories, then I would tell you one thing. So here, you have all of these screenshots. We have people who have done 3-year bachelor courses. So Pratibha here, the student here, she has done a 3-year BCA program, because like a lot of people say, yeah, 3-year bachelor courses are not accepted, blah, blah, nonsense. Pratibha here has done BCA program, which is all good, and she is now studying in TU Berlin, and she also got admit from FAU Erlangen and a lot of like, other German universities. Great. Then you can go through and like, read more like details here. Like there are also like people from architecture. So Nikita, she's a student of architecture. She's also studying in Germany. That's like totally fine. Like there's so much wrong information on the internet which like just really breaks my brain. That's why it's just important to like, spend your time with the course, even like just everything that is written on the main page. Then the timeline of the master's programs. So if you want to enroll for a master's program, you generally have 2 main intakes. You have the 15th January, which is the deadline for summer intake, which starts on 1st April. 1st April, not the classes, but the semester starts. Classes generally start a bit later, let's say a week later or something. Then in the winter semester, you have 15th July, which is the application deadline most of the times. Super important thing to remember, the application deadlines can vary from university to university, but most important thing that 15 July is, let's say, the latest. Now, because of these corona times and everything, like the deadlines also got shifted a bit. So some universities are also like still taking application till 15th August, right? So like things have shifted 1 month later, and many universities have also like shifted their winter semester from 1st October till 1st November. So just a few things that you should know about. So again, and if you have like your 2 to 3 years of masters, then like towards the end, you're just completely fine. Like till the time you will graduate, like you will not have the entire corona story with you, which is like really important to remember. Then again, if you like compare like Germany with other countries, like, with USA, like just canceling or like suspending the H1B visas till December 31st, which allows US employers to hire immigrants, and like Indians were so heavily affected by this. I just don't see US as an option anymore. Like US is such an unstable country at the moment, especially like with the entire immigration policy, that you cannot think about it. After US suspends H1B visa, Indian engineers look at Canada. And again, like why do they look at Canada? Because they're lazy. Because they're like, yeah, I don't want to learn the language. I don't want to go to a place which is going to give me more opportunities and still let me live an easier life. My younger brother, he's working in Canada. He's working at Ernst & Young, a really like, major company. And he has been telling me that like, in Canada, the kind of like security and the kind of, let's say, the living expenses we have actually are a lot more. Living expenses are more. The quality of life is not that great that you find in Germany. He has been to Germany, he has been to Denmark, he's been to Canada. Of course, he studied in India. And that's the story. Like that's why don't take the easy way out. If you just take the easy way out, you're like, yeah, I just want to like, not learn German or something. I just want to go with English. That's what you end up with. You end up with Canada, US, not even Canada, yeah, Canada, US, Australia, and UK. But like I just feel like Germany has so much more to offer and is such a stable country that even in times like these corona stuff, like we are just doing like absolutely fine, you know. So think about it seriously. Just because the entire world is running towards USA, like doesn't mean you have to too. Like there are definitely better options available for you, and now there are people who can guide you towards those options, which was previously never the case. Now, if you want to make a final decision, make it on the basis of standard of living, right? Think about, will your standard of living, will the kind of quality of life that you will be living will be different in Germany than you're living right now? If yes, think about it. Then better opportunities, better paid jobs, relaxed atmosphere. Now you have safety. You have longer life just because there's like no pollution, no drama, no stress whatsoever. You have more time to do the things you actually like. You have more time to travel around. You have better organization. You have respectful public and professional public authorities. Yeah. And I say this because I've had like experience with, I had to go to the district court to get my like, documents and everything attested. And I've seen the tehsildars, I've seen the police and everything. And man, like, and the public, there's hospitals, the doctors there. It's not a nice experience, especially for somebody like, in case like you have no connections whatsoever, it becomes even worse. And the thing I appreciated so much about Germany was that at least like you don't have to rely on having like good connections, so that people treat you nicely when you go to some kind of public authority. So for me, like that was like really important. Then you have like, a great environment to raise a family in case like you're planning on doing that. Then if you really want to like, just like value one of these things strongly, like you should really think about the steps. You have the opportunity of doing your masters in Germany. You have the opportunity of doing your bachelor's in Germany. You have the opportunity of finding jobs in Germany from home. Job seeker visa is something I do not recommend at the moment. Now, but once you do that, like then you can think about going further. After this webinar ends, you will have a few different ways you can go about this entire story. The first thing could be like you're super focused, you're going in one single direction, everything that you need is given to you so that you can like go in that place. Other one is like highly ineffective, you're bouncing around, you're going to like a lot of different websites, you're trying to find a lot of different kind of answers or responses from people, which is then like not really working out. Because towards the end you will waste a lot more time. Like if we know anything from physics, if like both of these balls have the same velocity, like if they're working the same level of with focus, the distance that this ball covers is a lot less, so like it just covers it in lesser time, whereas here it will take longer, right? As engineering nerds, you know that. And this is exactly like the visual depiction that you have of the entire story right now. So now I want to tell you something about the Big Academy, and then I will tell you about the major announcement which a lot of you have been waiting for. So in the Big Academy, so like in the complete course for studying in Germany, you get support from the time you enroll in the course, in the complete course for studying in Germany, till the time your master's ends in Germany. And this is the reason the course was so pricey. The course was previously given out for 600 euros, and then if you have one-time payment, then it's like given out for 549 euros. But this 549 euros is for 2.5 years. Like this is not just like you give it for a few months and you're done with that. So this is the reason like why the course was so expensive, because I have to take care of the students for a very long time, like almost up to like 3 years. So for that, like it was the price, which still did not cover it, but like still helped me do it. Then you have everything that you need to know in one single place. All of the courses, if you think about it, all of the different kind of lessons and information. I show you the curriculum real quick. So of course you have the Germany and you, like basic introduction, not basic, but like it's still detailed. You have bachelor's in Germany, master's in Germany, PhD in Germany, visa processes after arrival in Germany, finding part-time jobs, organizing your first semester in Germany, permanent residency and citizenship, important websites and resources, trainings and workshops, bonus FAQs. And then after that, you also have like a lot of additional, workshops which are included in the course. Saurav is asking, sir, I have 68% in instrumentation engineering. How can I get into masters? Please help. So Saurav, watch this video towards the end. I think you will find all of the things that you need in one single place, right? So you have everything you need in one single place. You have 80 plus detailed lessons. You have lifelong access to the course. Again, all of these things I'm telling you in this video, like I am telling you because these are important points that you should remember. If you go to any kind of consultant whatsoever, they just like take your hand and they just drop you till the visa thing ends, which is nonsense. I never really like it. So of course, bi-weekly live sessions in the big enrolled students group. You have application process, after arrival process, settling in Germany, learning the culture, part-time job and integration and everything. Then you have learning. You have the opportunity of learning from somebody who has already gone through the process and have seen these all these hurdles of like rejections and reconsiderations and all of this story. Now, if you think about this, the Facebook group that we have for the students, like it's actually also like super engaging. Like we have a lot of like different kind of things happening in the group all the time. So this is how the course looks like. The Big Academy students, complete course for studying in Germany, but this is only available to the students who are enrolled in the group. Enrolled in the course. And you have 265 members, if you see here, and we have these members from like almost 6 different nationalities. Now it's not just from India, we also have like students coming from a lot of different kind of countries. So now we have €100 coupon for the first 10 signups that we will have towards the end of this video. This is how generally the Big Academy lessons look like. You have inside a video lesson, sometimes infographics, and then you have the text if it's relevant. But generally in every single video, the time that you see here, 7:51, 8:28, this is the depiction of how much, how long the video is. So Teachable, the platform on which I host my course, it does it automatically. So I don't have to worry about it. So the Big Academy, like I said, the next live session for the Q&A of the questions that the students have to ask about the course will be happening on Sunday, next Sunday at 12:30 p.m. IST. Now again, just a quick comparison of like Big Academy and like consultants. Like Big Academy, like I as a course creator, I have my master's from TU Hamburg, which is a public university in Germany and the technical university at the same. Consultants, most of the times they don't even have a degree, let alone like from Germany. Then the business is established in Germany, and this is the reason you see the prices in euros and you don't see the prices in INR, because of the tax reasons. And then like most of the other consultants, well, they have never even left India, just read something online and just like started referring students to private universities. Then control, you have full control on your application and visa process. Like you have complete guidance. Everything that you're doing it with some kind of like resources which are given to you already, but things are still being done by you. Like you cannot outsource such an important decision of your life to somebody else who has no idea or wouldn't care about your own life like you would. Like the kind of like career you're going to have, the kind of universities you're going to apply. This is the reason I find it so important, not to spoon feed, but to guide. Now, you have very limited control on application and visa process if you go by consultants. I've seen like people lose entire access to their application portals because they did not pay the consultant some extra fee for getting the admission letter, which is nonsense. But in Big Academy, we don't touch anything. I don't touch anything. It's just me. It's just me and who is trying to take care of the students. Then you have lifetime access. You have towards consultants, you only have support till the time you get an admit. In Big Academy, you have lifetime access to the course and you have support till the time your master's ends. That means if you're trying to apply for some kind of part-time job whatsoever and you need somebody to take a look at your CV or something, that can always happen. And you can always submit that to us. Now, I will take this super chat question real quick. Ashish is saying, I have a gap between my 10th and diploma and have done my bachelor's in ETC engineering. Will this. So, gap and diploma never really like, do any kind of drama as long as you have a bachelor's. If you have a bachelor's, everything's good. So, in the Big Academy, the course used to cost like 549 euros, which is roughly around 47,000 Indian rupees. Now, this is again like I know this is a big investment, right? Like I also come from a middle class family and I understand that this is a big investment. But what you also have to understand is like to the people like to you who is watching, like this is the only price I can take the responsibility of somebody for 3 years. Like this is like still a very like cheap price if you think about it, because taking a lot of like reviews, like offering unlimited reviews, offering so much support, it costs a lot of time, and this is the reason like it costs so much. 549 euros, that is like with the one-time payment. With the complete payment, it costs 600 euros, which is anywhere around like 51,000 rupees. But this is a temporary change, so this is a big announcement that we've been waiting for. This is a super temporary change. The course price has gone down to 399 euros because of the corona time, which drops the course price to 34,000 Indian rupees. So like almost a 13,000 euros drop in price. This is just temporary. Once things go back better in India, I'm going to like quickly put it back, because right now things are like not looking that great, and I understand like a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do such a big investment right now, especially like when things are just going like absolutely haywire in India. And this is the reason like I understand this, and I want to like help you still go to your normal way of just going to like actually invest something to live your dreams. In India, like yeah, it's not looking that nice, right? So this is why like this temporary price change is happening. This is going to happen only for a few, let's say till the time a few students have enrolled who have been like waiting to enroll for these kind of for this kind of price, because maybe the 549 euros was not really the right price for them. Somebody's asking, can I already enroll if I'm in second year or something? The thing is, yes, the sooner you enroll in the course, the better it is, because you still have access to the course for your lifetime. Anything which gets added new is there for you to access. So this is not an issue at all. So from 549, we have dropped the price to 399, only temporary. Once things get better, the price goes up again to 549. And to make it even better for you, for the students who are watching this webinar in the next 24 hours, so till 23:59 CEST Sunday, so today, or so 3:29 a.m. Monday in India, so like the time zones are crazy. So for that, you will get the course only for like 26,000. Oh my goal is saying, Bharat, I'm Nigerian, can I also enroll? Yes, as long as it doesn't matter what nationality you're from. So like this is what I said like previously. So we have students in Big Academy from 6 different nationalities. We have from Ghana, we have from Chile, we have from Mexico, and we have from Russia, and like we have from a few different other countries. So that is not the problem. Like as long as you want to come and study in Germany, you will get the support from this course. That is not the issue at all. And yeah, just for the next 10 students who enroll in the course with the coupon given in the description, you get 26,000 euro. You get the course for 26,000 rupees instead of the 34,000 rupees that was the normal price, or the 47,000 rupees which was like the standard price right now. Now, so that is like again just a quick thing, just like the next 10 students. So make sure that you avail that opportunity. Now is the time that we take up some questions and answers for 15 minutes. Special price ends tonight, and you have 100 euros off for the first 10 signups who are going to like enroll in the course after this. And also for the students who are enrolling in the course, there will be an exclusive live Q&A session for them on 26 July at 12:30. Nah? All right. So we have that. Now we are going to head over to the questions, to the chat section, and we are going to start seeing what kind of questions you guys have. Nah? So we are going to go to the next screen, and I'm going to read the chat, and I'm going to put the questions here inside so that everybody can see, and like maybe the questions don't get repeated. So the first one is Yatin is saying that I'm planning for German third masters, completed B1 in LP. I fear whether I face problem in future pursuing masters. Not at all. Like you get like in 3 to 4 weeks, you know, in a German taught program, you get completely fine. Like you get used to the curriculum. So that is not the issue at all. I wouldn't worry about it. So we have questions about the course, and that is what we are here to discuss, because if you have any kind of like specific things that you want to ask, right now when you go through the link in the description, you will see the course price like this. You will see like instead of the 399, it's given out for 299, and the course covers the information for everybody now, other than the medical sector. If you have seen, so go through these things. So it doesn't matter from which stream you're from. Diploma, IB diploma, BBA, BSc, BCom, BTech, BMS, BCA, MBA, MTech, MSc, or just 12th class. If you want to do bachelor's, master's, or PhD in Germany, like you get support from this course. Now only for MBBS or MD, like the course is not right now suitable, but like once we have put inside the medical parts, then it's going to be like inclusive for everybody. But like I said, doesn't matter which field you're from, you can still get support from the course. So do we have now specific questions regarding the course? That is what we are here to do. That's what we are going to take a look at, and then any kind of like, you know, other questions. Let's take a look. So we are going to put up the timestamps, and yeah, needless to say, like I think I just show it here again. We have 100 euros off for the next 10 signups. Okay, PhD in market. Okay, that's, I'm seeing the course at 399. So that shouldn't be the case at all. Let me take a look. So we go here. I show you already. So if you go through the link in the description, the course is going to look different. The course is not going to look 399. Nah? And the main reason for that is like for the people who have taken out the time of like going through the webinar and like now are actually planning on enrolling in the course, they should have some kind of extra incentive, and that's why the course is then going to be for 100 euros off, yeah, on the normal price. Okay, so that's how it should look like, not like anything else. So we have the first question coming up. Can you guide through PhD enrollment process in Germany for computer science? So Suhas, this is again a process that you generally have to do on your own, but like the course guides you with that. When you are applying for, when you're writing abstracts, when you're approaching professors, when you're writing the email to give them the research proposals, for all of that you can submit your documents and you can like, you know, get reviews on it so that you don't have to worry like, you know, what kind of chances I will have afterwards. This is going to like really help you afterwards, so that like you don't have to again like go through the entire rejection and the entire story like that. So Suvas was asking about the PhD part that we have covered. So PhD is also like given in the course. That is not a problem. Now we have Buranuddin. I'm really sorry. Sir, I'm pursuing material science engineering in NIT. I need to start learning German. Can you elaborate? So there's Smarter German course which you'll find on the website. That shouldn't be an issue. You can go and take a look at that. But okay, then we have another question from Yash, which is, while applying for German taught programs, do we need test staff 4x4 or B2? So for applying to some universities, now again, it is only true for some universities, B2 is fine, but like the universal truth, I would say, the universal thing which works everywhere is going to be test staff with 4x4. This is the thing which works everywhere. Nah? So again, really important, make sure that you have that. And afterwards, let's take a look at other questions that students have about the course. Okay, Vishnu is saying, can I make the payment of the course with my SBI card? Okay, again, So the payment of the course, I think that's an important one. Nah? So the payment can be done with any kind of like debit or credit card, doesn't matter. Nah? And you have the Visa, American Express, MasterCard, like any of the major card companies work. In debit cards, there might be a thing like you have to activate the international transactions if it's already not activated. Huh? So that shouldn't be an issue. Credit cards, anyways, like never have an issue like that. Okay, Kamil is asking something. Yeah, I did my 3-year diploma, then BE Electric, but my course is second shift, so I can work during the day too. What kind of issues I can face? Kamil, the only thing that you have to make sure is the final degree that you get is a full-time degree. Now, as long as it's a full-time degree, you don't have an issue. So there's nothing to worry about there. Okay, Mitesh was asking something, Prini. If you find that, you let me know about it. Okay. Is it possible to change from German taught to English taught program in the, so that's also a very important question. Huh? Is it important to change from German taught to English taught? And the answer is yes. Like if you take a look at my story, I was studying structural engineering previously, and it wasn't entirely, it was like 100% German. And then the course that I finished afterwards, it's like international management and engineering. Now this course is 94% German and like 6% English. So you can always like change the courses, and like it doesn't have anything to do with what kind of like language the course is going to be in. Now, so here for example, we had the entire story, like I had to write IELTS 2. IELTS was not needed previously. Here it was just test stuff. And then I didn't have to write the test stuff again because like test stuff was already being taken from that one. Okay, now again, there's a very interesting thing that I think a student asked. Now, super important and I think super interesting. Somebody's asking, why should I pay 299 euros whereas there are a lot of videos on YouTube for free on studying in Germany? So here's the thing that you have to understand. When you are going for free information, anything that you do wrong because of that free information, nobody takes the liability for that. Nobody takes the responsibility for it. Nobody cares, you know. But if you're enrolled in the course, if you need some kind of help whatsoever, if you have questions when you go along, there's going to be always me and like Garima, who is my intern and will be starting like full-time soon. We are going to be there to take care of you. Nobody else does that. If you want to like go ahead and go through the free path, like always, like nobody can stop you, and I cannot force you to buy my course. I can only tell you that I have been at the place that you're at right now. I was thinking the same way, and what I did was I actually wasted a lot of my time going to the university application process, getting a rejection, writing a reconsideration, and then, taking the normal path of studying in Germany. So just like I think an important, like that was a nice question. Thanks a lot, by the way. So let's take a look at the other ones. Is there something else about the course? Shrija is asking another interesting question. So Shrija is saying, can I enroll in the course in installments? Yes. So that is an option, right? But the important thing to remember is, if you enroll in the course in installments, the course is going to cost, here you have like 450 euros instead of the 299 euros price that you have right now if you pay in one installment. But otherwise, for example, the discount is anyways like valid for the next 24 hours. After that, it goes away. Then the normal price is 400 euros. With 399 euros, like you still get 51 euros, like always like savings. In the sense that, because the thing is like with installments, like I've seen like many people not going through, then it's a lot of stress. So I don't really like that. One-time payment, it's super simple, easy. The amount is also like not as high as 549 euros right now, so you can like still do it. All right. So then we have, um, do we have some more interesting question? All right. Another important thing. I think Love is asking something. Let's put that down. So the reviews in the course. Nah? Document reviews. So SOP, LOR, and CV. Like, how do this work? So you first thing to remember is you get unlimited reviews. Nah? And again, this is something that nobody will offer you, especially not like free YouTube videos, because I've made a lot of them, and I tell you, like, it's very difficult to do anything for free when it's like not paying your bills, right? And I think like smart people understand that. People who are grown up, they understand that everybody has to pay their bills. With enrolling in the course, you have unlimited reviews. That means you can always, for example, go through the lessons which are provided in the course, and then when the live Q&A happens for the Big Academy students, this one is happening, let's say, I think on July 28th or something. I think I showed the date at 12:30. So there, once you have prepared your documents, you have drafted your documents, you submit it in the live Q&A. That's it. And you can do this as many times as you want. So there's no limit. Now, so most people are like, yeah, 4 document reviews, 5 document reviews. Here for your SOP, LOR, or CV, there's no limit for you how many times you want to, like, submit that thing. All right. After enrolling, how will I ask? Again, a very interesting question. I think this has to be addressed. You ask your questions in either in the Facebook group, or you have the private email address that you get access to where you can write your emails. But a very important thing is, like, most of the things are already covered in the course. So, like, this is something I have never really like heard, that somebody has to, like, just like constantly ask questions or something. And I'm talking about an experience that I have from like 265 members, 265 students of the course. Skyler, what if someone wants to buy your course in current price right now, but they didn't have the money right now? So, Skyler, then like I cannot do much, because like I'm already putting the course price down from 549 euro. Like, it's painful for me, because like I'm essentially like have to like take up the extra time that I would be investing, like, at a much lower price, but I cannot do much there. So let me take a look. Somebody said they have enrolled in the course right now. Let me also show like how the receipt is going to look like in case that happens. Okay. So we have, okay, here it shows. So for example, we have Anushka Samyal, who has like enrolled in the course. So this is how it generally looks like. You have 399 euros, then 100 euros is the discount, and then you have the 299 euros, the final price that you're going to pay. And again, like, I think people get nervous about like the course price being in euros, but guys, I'm in Germany. I cannot like charge that in INR. Like, I would have a lot of problems with the taxes and stuff. So I will like never do that. Just the thing that you have to remember is that all of the experience that I have gained in my life, going through all of these different kind of like, phases, I can definitely then like help you with that. That is like not the place where you have to worry about whom should I ask anything right now. Ujjwala is saying I have enrolled. Perfect. That's really nice. Congratulations, Ujjwala, and welcome to the course. Boy, that's nice. So important thing to remember, like I said, Ujjwala, here you have July 28th, 12:30 when you have to start. Why cannot we pay through credit card? Well, Sherlock is the name, but I highly doubt that. So debit card you can always pay. Nah? You can pay with credit card. That is not an issue at all. Just for the installments it doesn't work. For one-time payment you can always pay with credit card. Okay. can we buy specific modules of the course? Gaurav is saying 10 students. Yes, Gaurav, for 10 students. But as long as, for example, if the course shows your price like this, that means you are getting a 299. You will not get at like, any other price after that. Rishikesh is asking an interesting question. Rishikesh is saying, I'm in the last year of my master's. When is the best time to buy your course? Will it provide guarantee of my admission in good university? Boy, like Rishikesh, guarantee, anybody who provides you guarantee, they're lying to you because they are not in the admission committee. If they're not in the admission committee, they cannot give you the guarantee, right? So last year is actually too late already, but like you should really like start right now. It's like super important. Start right now. I think last year is late. I'm sorry to say, but like you still have, let's say if you're planning for the next winter semester, then just like start right now. I think 6 months to at least like 2 years in advance, you should like already like start preparing for these things. Okay, Sudish is saying, I'm a 31-year-old Indian student with 58%, 3-year full-time bachelor's. Can you help your course with master's in marketing? Do you help English Start programs, public university? Boy, Sudish, think about it. For somebody who is like having 58%, that's a lot of things to ask, right? And I understand that you cannot change your bachelor's anymore, but the one thing that you can do is like you can definitely apply to more universities, and that is going to be one way how you can like mitigate the risk of getting a rejection. This is again something like we help the students with the course, so that is again not a problem at all. So you have now 58%. Like I said, it is going to be difficult. I said like the minimum should be 60%, but I've like seen students like go inside with 57.8%, which is like kind of very, very close. So I think might work out, but you will definitely have a lot better chances with our course than somewhere else. Somebody's asking, will you personally correct my SOP LOR? Okay, let's take a look at that. Venkatesan is saying, will you personally correct the SOP LOR and CV? So the SOP LOR and CV are always like reviewed by me every single time personally, and of course then you go, then you like make it again, and then you come to me, I review it, then you go, you make it again, you come to me, I review it, and then I think like within like two, I think let's say two how do you say it, to go throughs, we have a nice final product, because like the information already there is so solid. Like trust me on this, like when you go and like you watch these video lessons, which are like made by taking the best SOPs there, by talking to the professors, by putting all of the information in one single place. Once you do these things, you have the formats there inside, you have the self-review parts inside. So this is going to like really help you to just not go into like 100 different directions after that. That's the entire premise of the course. So somebody's saying like, do you have the one-on-one session included in the course? So let me just like quickly show you that. Like the one-on-one session with me is not included in the course because the session alone costs like 99 euros. Like if you're enrolling for 299, I cannot like put 60 minutes or 30 minutes of my time inside. But if you want to like enroll, or you want to like get a personal appointment afterwards, you can always do that. The link for that I'm going to also like put in the description after the thing goes away. And I think like Prini, my intern, she can also like send you the link for the appointment. It's calendly.com/Bharat in Germany or bharatingermany.com/appointments. Okay, do we have something more? Can you have a session only for PhD? Ajinkya, there are not many people who are interested for PhD, and that's why like I generally don't do it. Rutvik is saying, sir, will that be anything that we have to look for after completing your course? I mean, at least in the application process. So Rutvik, a very nice question. Thanks for asking that. So like if you go through the course, like course is the only thing that you will go with. Like you don't have to look anywhere else. You don't have to like find more kind of information. Should I look in this place? Should I look in that place? University websites, of course, you have to like take a look at that always, right? Like this is what we teach in the course. There's also a free preview lesson. If you haven't like checked it out yet, you can always like take a look at the preview lesson too. But again, like the preview lesson is just one, but the main information starts in the next sections. Again, so that the students who actually pay the money for the course are actually like getting inside. Huh? Okay, now we have another question. Experience matters to get admission in public universities. It does. Now, I mean, it does, but it really depends on what kind of bachelor score you have. If you have a really bad bachelor score, then like of course, it would matter a lot more. Now, then you have to have like really good work experience. Um, do we need to buy the course before giving GMAT? So Pratibha, another nice question. I think what like is really important to understand is the course has lifetime access, and the sooner like you enroll in it, the better it is going to be for you, because then you will not miss out on any kind of like important tips or information that maybe you might have missed out on, right? Okay, my cards, August is saying, my card gets declined. I have a debit card. It is a RuPay card. Okay. So August, like we don't have an option to pay with PayPal at the moment. Yeah, but like RuPay card, I can understand, because like here in Germany with the payment service provider I'm using, like they use Visa card, Mastercard, like maybe some SBI Mastercard or something that you have, or like Amex. These three things like always work. PayPal, we don't have an option right now. So Rakshita is saying like, can two people share the course? So Rakshita, there's a clause in the course that like this is only for individual use. Like I'm already like, giving it out for what, like 26k INR. Like two people, like taking responsibility of two people with that is like very difficult. Like otherwise the price of the course is like 47k. And like that kind of like helps me like to take you from the moment you enroll in the course till your master's is done. But otherwise you just think about it, like this is not even like much money for like Indian standards. So that's like not possible for me. Is F- okay, so this is so Rakshita, we already discussed that. So now we have, can we access your course on multiple devices? Okay, so Ayush is asking something. Course access on multiple devices. So yes, you can do that. But the important thing to remember is like you can only do it in like almost like 3 devices, mainly because the access doesn't get lost. So then I have to like manually do it or something. Now I have to then manually like give you the access again. So super important. That's why like it is there to like avoid like multiple people from sharing the course. Okay. So does your agency help you out doctors for post graduation? No, Nitin. So we don't have an agency. We have an academy, and we have a course. Ayush is saying, "Bhaiya, I've purchased your course. Please see your mailbox. I have mailed you something." All right, Ayush. Then I will ask Prini to see like what it is, and then I'm going to like respond to you afterwards. Don't worry about it. Now, once the live session ends, Alfred Lawrence is asking, please reply to emails. Yeah, like we try our best. Okay. Okay. Please comment on how the coronavirus crisis has affected visas. How can we get appointments, and does yeah, so like I think the course cannot help you with getting the appointments, of course. Like that is something which is like solely done. So Shrijesh, so VFS does it. Like I think the course shouldn't be involved, nobody else should be involved. Even like the embassy shouldn't involve themselves, right? but like they have to because they do such a shit job. Like you cannot do much there. So I understand the frustration of like so many people trying to get visa appointments, but it's like difficult, but it's only like momentarily. Like once things get better, things are of course like going to get um, good again. So we have Jitendra asking a question. All right, let's also put that inside. I've done my engineering in computers with 61%. And have 2 years of experience and currently working. I'm looking for a job in Germany and not looking for masters. Can I enroll for the course? Jitendra, I tell you one thing. It's a very bad option right now to like, not think about also studying. With the job course, of course, like there's going to be a separate job course coming out on Big Academy, which is going to be priced at 199 euros, and the pre-launch is going to be 999 euros. Now, but if you want to do something with masters, or even if you want to get some kind of like good idea with Germany, then like you have the course right now for 299, and you can just like go and purchase it so that you still have an idea about how the German system works, the taxes and everything. And in case like you still have some kind of mood for masters, trust me, like you should, mainly because I've met a lot of businessmen who think that the country where they're going to like are doing the business is actually like the one providing the best education. So that's the choice. Like the complete course for studying for finding jobs in Germany, because that is going to help you in finding jobs in Germany, and like this investment pretty much pays off like in the first time. You have the price for like 199 euros, the normal price, and then 999 euros, which is going to be the pre-launch price. Simran is saying, will you guide for masters in pharmacy if I buy your course? Yes, Simran. So M Pharma is also like included. There are a lot of like different kind of courses for that. So Simran, so that is not an issue. Now you can also buy the course only for the people who want to be doctors and want to do their MBBS or like MD or something. For them, like there's the course is not suitable, but for everybody else you can like still go through the course. Okay, Murukesh is also saying something. Murukesh is saying both the users who pay 26k and 47k get the same thing, right? Are considered the same. Of course, Murukesh, like I said, this is very temporary. Like it just ends tonight. Like it's just for you because you took out the time to watch this live session and read all the emails that we are sending out. So first, like that's important. And this was the normal price. This has always been the normal price. Once the things go back, that will be the normal. This is just a very limited time offer, and not even limited time. If like 10 students enroll first, then like I don't have the thing open till 23:59 German time, then this lapses, then we just have like at 10 students this ends. Okay, so we have a question which is from Gopi. Let's take a look at that. Hey Bharat, bachelor's in mechanical, 7.5 CGPA, 2 years experience in non-technical. So first thing, Gopi, non-technical doesn't matter, so don't be worried about it. B1 in German, solid, like a big thumbs up from me. Would like to know the best fit for a complete management masters, not MBA. So actually with 7.5 CGPA, I think like it's totally fine. You're still in the range. You can still apply for the mechanical engineering and management programs. That is not an issue at all. There are like a few like really good ones. You have TUM, MEM, or oh boy, my course that I studied in TUHH, the Internationales Wirtschaftsingenieurwesen, the International Management and Engineering, it is ranked at number 2 in Germany. So this is a very solid course. All you have to do for that is like you already have B1 German proficiency. You can go to B2, and then afterwards you can write test stuff. You write test stuff, you get 4x4 points, you're good to go. Or if you don't even have 4x4 points, I had 5, 5, 4, 3. So it was like 17 points in total, and you need 16 points. So I was like still able to like study in the university. So do we have some more questions about the course? Okay, Rohit is saying, I would like to, oops. Well, okay. Rohit is saying, I want to enroll for the course, but I would like to pay in installments. So what would be the price? So Rohit, for installments, the price is going to be 450 euros. And let's say if you put it in the calculator, because I always have to use the calculator really. Let's see. So 450 is going to be around 38,000. Nah? But like I said, 38,000. Now that is going to be the price for installments. Mainly because many students, like, they don't go through it or something like that, then it's like a lot of headache, which I don't really like to take. Right, Dheeraj. So if you have any kind of like so Dheeraj is a course student now. Welcome to the course, Dheeraj, first of all. Would you have a session to understand the student's profile and case? So Dheeraj, this is already provided to you in section 3, lesson 1. Now, this is on the basis of like the previous students we have, so that you can like orient yourself according to that, right? And then if you have still any kind of questions whatsoever, in section 1, not even section 1, in the course guidelines. In the course guidelines, you have an email address. So this is the private email address. You send your inquiries there. Nah? Then I take care of that. So don't worry about it. Welcome to the course. Kunal Puri, will this live video be available after that? Yes, Kunal. So the live video will also be available after that. You don't have to worry about it. Padma Bhushan is saying, I have 59% of work experience. I have a year's experience and a visit to Germany for some meetings. Okay, A2 is good, Padma Bhushan. Nah? 59 is not ideal, but I think like cannot be that bad. Like I said, I've seen somebody like get an admit with 57.8%. All you have to do is, like in your case, I would suggest like go till B2, and then like, you know, also like think about German taught ones, or like go for the English taught programs, which have a German proficiency needed, right? That is going to then stand you out from the competition. Okay, I've joined in your course. Gaurav is saying, Gaurav, first of all, welcome to the course. Hope to see you in your bi-weekly live session. Perfect. Now, bi-weekly live session, we will have it soon. So I think now is the time when we slowly like close the live session. I think anybody who wanted to enroll has enrolled, and if you haven't enrolled yet, Sunit, I'll take the last question. Sunit is saying, I'm currently in my 12th grade and aspire to study cognitive sciences in Germany. Should I join your course this year? Sunit, like I said, like the course has lifetime access. This is why I tell you, like I wanted to take this decision, this headache away, that you don't have to decide like when you have to enroll in the course, because as long as you want to come to Germany in the future and you know about it, I think enrolling in the course is like the first stone that you put in the ground to say like, yes, this is my dream, I want to work on it, and I want to go ahead and, you know, go in this direction. As long as you want to come to Germany afterwards, you can like definitely come to Germany. Huh? Does enrolling mean that you will cut the money right away? So Sherlock, I don't cut anything, right? Like there's proper like systems in place on the website, and you will see like how the checkout process happens. So like, yeah, like 2020, you know, like these are like the normal like online payments. Okay, so I take the last question. Harish is saying, I've done my masters in India, and I want to do my masters in Germany. Is there any chance? Okay, Yeah, so like second masters is possible, definitely. I have a few friends even in Erlangen who have done their second masters now. So but like again, you have to apply to more universities there. Like I always like advise my course students to apply to at least like 12 to 18 universities, because the risk of rejection gets massively diversified. The same like advice goes for you. Huh? Okay, Sai is saying, if I buy your course, will you be able to guide for MBA or Masters, civil background, BTech, MTech, above 8 CGPA, work experience more than 5 years? So Sai, like I said, like MBA is also like there, because like the first thing that you have to understand is like how the application processes work, how the visa process work, what kind of profiles students have so that they get admission in the German universities. MBA is generally provided by the business schools, and getting admission there is definitely easier. But again, you have to like understand how to write the SOPs, how to write the CVs, how to write the LORs, and so on. So these things are like really important. Saf is saying, how do you plan to manage so many people who end up enrolling to your course individually? So Saf, most important, like generally the people who actually take action are a lot less. So what I've seen so far is like we have had like we have 5 enrollments, and the students who are generally like coming to the course, they're super motivated, and then they only ask the questions which are like very pinpointed. So for that, like I don't have any problem at all. And also to help me out, that's why I have my intern who will be like then joining full time, Garima, with us, and he also like helps me out because she also has done masters in a German university. For me, that's like really important that people who have gone through this journey are the ones who are helping out. I wouldn't ever hire a German like who doesn't know what kind of struggles Indian students go through to like help me out with this. But yeah, I generally like manage with the live bi-weekly live sessions, and then there are so many students like who also like help each other out. Like that's not an issue. Cosmos is saying, could you please increase the intake from just 10 students? I want to join. Yeah, I understand, but like you also have to understand my part. Like the thing is like for 299 euros, like I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm not that happy about it, because like I have to really like take the responsibility for like almost 3 years now, right? But like I also understand that this is the important thing to do. Like right now with the corona thing, like everybody is like unsure. They don't want to invest a lot of money, and I recognize that. I acknowledge that. This is the reason I'm like giving it out for 299 euros. So so that like anybody who still like wanted to start, they can start, huh? But like otherwise, once the corona times go over, then the 399 euros price goes back to 549, because that is really the worth that this course is providing. All right then, goes goes. All right then, guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. I think like that's pretty much it. We have covered most of the important questions. Anybody who wanted to enroll in the course has enrolled so far, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Huh? If you still have any kind of like queries or whatsoever, you can write to me at bharat@bharatingerman.com, and I will get back to you. But like I said, the course is only available at 299. Yeah, pains again, but 299 for the first 10 signups. That's the only time you have 100 euros off. Then I'm going to take that away. Boy, last 2 super chats came. Planning to do go next year for masters. What would be good, automotive or mechatronics? Mechatronics. I would like always go for mechatronics, because you just have a lot more options afterwards. Does a bachelor's from NITW help, because it right? So Farindra, if you have from NITs, like many universities have a separate checkbox where they ask you that if you are from NIT or IIT, you check that box. No? So that is then like really helpful for you to understand that if you're from NITs or IITs, it just gets a bit easier. So that is the story there. All right, I think now I will leave the session now. Now, thanks a lot for joining in the session. The the coupon discount stays online till tonight. All right then. Thanks again. Bye bye.